And when did you take up residence at Retching Hall, Mr. Hammond?
Just over 5 years ago, Sir Martin's time.
And what rental was agreed upon?
He didn't charge me any rent at all.
Did he give you any reason for this philanthropic behavior?
He liked my work.
Ah, what is your work?
I'm an artist.
And what sort of paintings do you do, Mr. Hammond?
Cows.
I beg your pardon.
Well, I paint cows, my lord, in fields and things. Sir Martin was very fond of cows.
And what were your relations with Lady Isham, Mr. Hammond?
I loved her. And she loved me, or so she said.
You've heard Lady Isham deny that in this very court.
Yeah, well, she's bloody lying then.
Now we come to the night of the party. Can you tell us what you remember of that evening?
They all arrived together about 9 o'clock. And we talked, danced, drank a little. And then I went out to get supper about midnight. Marge followed me out.
Did you ask her to come?
I sort of gave her the wink, you know. We had to talk about the divorce.
Divorce?
Yes, she was going to ask her husband for a divorce that evening.
You did not, to put it very bluntly, Mr. Hammond, think it necessary to make this lady a widow before you could enjoy connubial bliss with her?
No.
And when you returned to the living room with the supper, was everyone in the room?
Except Marge, yes. She came in from outside the flat and said something about getting a breath of fresh air. I didn't think anything of it at the time.
I see. And later you went downstairs?
Oh. Music business, yes. I was a bit high, and I just said I'd go down and sort him out.
And did you?
I went down, yes.
Where to, precisely?
Well, the light was on in the library, so I went in there.
And what happened?
Well, he was sitting at the desk with his back to me. And, I was a bit lit up, you know. I just went over and grabbed him by the shoulder.
And?
He was dead.
Now, what led you to that conclusion, Mr. Hammond?
Well, there was a bloody great knife sticking in him. And my hand was all covered in blood where I touched him.
Yes, go on.
Well, I just stood there for a moment looking down at him, and then I went back upstairs into the flat.
And?
And Marge tried to get past me, to go downstairs, so I locked the door and threw the key out the window.
Why?
I didn't want her to see him, that's all. And then it hit me.
What hit you?
About her being downstairs earlier. So I had to be alone to sort things out. I rushed into the bedroom, slammed the door, lay down on the bed, and the next thing I knew, I was out like a light.
And what woke you up?
Bloody great lump of a copper over there woke me spouting about anything I said being used in evidence.
Mr. Hammond, the officer has said that your first remark when being told of Sir Stanley's death was, "So it really happened." Now, what did you mean by that?
That she done it. That it wasn't a dream, that it really did happen, that she really killed him.
And so?
And so I kept my mouth shut. I had to protect her. I would have done anything for her.
Thank you, Mr. Hammond.
Anything, Mr. Hammond? Including murder?
No.
Because you did kill him, didn't you?
No.
You went out there at 1 a.m. and Sir Stanley was very much alive. He said something...
Look, he was bloody dead, I tell you.
Something that made you blind with rage. There you were. The dagger ready to your hand on that wall.
Look, that applies to any of them. They were all going to be thrown out, weren't they? I mean, she could have done it to protect that son of hers. Or Nick himself for the title. Or Marge. Or that crazy butler there thinking he's the instrument of the Lord. Or that copper. I saw him once coming out of Stan's room, and if ever I saw murder on a man's face, or old Prendergast there, I mean, nobody's asked him questions about the Moxton affair, have they? Why don't you ask him questions about that, and the reasons he had for hating Stan?
There's no doubt, Mr. Hammond, but nobody hated Sir Stanley quite as you did they? And you facing him there, the dagger in your hand, blind with rage.
I don't get mad like that, I tell you! I can control my temper!
Quite. Now, let's come to the next morning, when Inspector Sampson cautioned you. They're rather odd things you said for an innocent man, weren't they?
Well, I've explained all that.
Oh, yes, of course. The chivalrous, self-sacrificing lover.
Well, it is true. I did love her, and I'm not the first.
To be made a fool of by a woman. No, of course not. And she has made quite a fool of you, hasn't she, Mr. Hammond? Here you are in the dock, solely to protect her, and now you find she was lying to you all the time, carrying on an affair with Sir Nicholas.
Shut up.
Under the same roof, slipping up the stairs to meet him, past the very door of your own room.
Shut up, shut up!
All the time she was planning to get rid of you. The lot of you, sell the house.
God, I'll kill her!
Restrain him, restrain him. Where's the police? Police! Restrain him.
Have you any further questions of this witness, Mr. Dealey? Then return the prisoner to the dock, if you please. Mr. Harvestead, would you like to address the jury?
No, my lord, I don't think I would.
Very well. Mr. Dealey,
My lord.
your closing address.
My lord. Members of the jury, the defendant is, as you have perhaps noticed, a man of violent passion. But he directed that passion at the woman who has betrayed him. There is no proof that he would behave so to anyone else. Members of the jury, 3 things are essential for murder: means, motive, and opportunity. And every person present in that house, we now know, had all 3. Any one of them could have crept down those stairs at midnight, entered that library, snatched that knife from the wall, and struck that unsuspecting man. And as the defendant himself has reminded us, certain others. And we must not discount the possibility in this day and age of a helicopter landing silently on the snow-clad roof. Bearing all of this in mind, members of the jury, can you say positively, certainly, beyond any reasonable doubt, that this defendant, and no one else, members of the jury, no one else killed that man?
Members of the jury, this is not, despite certain apparent resemblances, a murder mystery, where you could point to someone in the well of the court and say, he or she done it. There is only one question, and one question only, for you to answer. Did this man, Robert Hammond, commit this murder? Now, members of the jury, will you kindly retire to consider your verdict?
All stand. Members of the jury, will your foreman please stand? Just answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached a verdict upon which you are all agreed?
Yeah.
Do you find the prisoner guilty or not guilty?
It's like this, my lord. You pays your money and you takes your choice.
Mr. Foreman.
But, my lord, the only possible person that could have done the deed is...
Mr. Foreman.
My lord?
Do you find the prisoner guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, my lord.
That is all that is required of you. Now, would you please release...
Yeah, but your honour...
Release the prisoner.
All stand.
Next week, a chance for you to join another jury when things will be back to normal in the Crown Court.